the interest that we are giving is much more than what our financial institution would have actually given you. Reason is, one, we are keeping your money for a period of time. Okay? It's not a saving of 1 year, or 2 years, it's 5 years. Okay? So I want to be able to give you back this money when it's something that you can actually use to invest. For some of us who have an issue, me, I'm one of those who have a problem with saving. Okay? So when I discovered Prudential, I saw a way to multiply my small money to something good. Okay? Because you can imagine your 100,000 that you would have easily spent. Ma'am, how long do you survive in 100K right now in this economy that we have? If I gave you 100K right now, how long would you have it?
You might not even finish a week.
You're even generous. A week. I thought you were going to say before you get out of here. It will be done. But that clearly shows you that our money can only become of value if we actually invest it wisely. That money can just get out of you like easily. But imagine that 100,000 in 5 years is going to become 6.5 million. 6.5 million can buy a plot of land, isn't it? But then, what is the discipline that you have to see this money accumulating month in, month out for you to be able to do these things? And that's how we come in as a solution. Okay? But for me to know that everyone is following, I would like to get some questions. Because I've talked about everything. Yes, sir.
So, in your company, do you believe in financial security or financial intelligence or independence?
Wow, thank you so much for that question. I actually believe we kind of tackle on all the three, because then financial security is that right now you have a job, okay? And it's giving you an income every single month. But how long do you see yourself serving for Salvation? Is it Salvation College?
Yes.
Yes. How long do you see yourself working here? That is a question that maybe you might want to answer. You might say something and then you're like, hey, you want to leave us?
No, it's okay.
Huh?
I can answer.
You can answer. But you see, we keep changing. Right now you might be here, you might get another opportunity somewhere else and you leave. Or, God forbid, something can happen and you lose a job. But you see, right now you're having a lifestyle. So how sure that you're going to have the same lifestyle 5 years from now? Now, when you have a policy and it's accumulating money every single month, isn't that financial security? That if something ever happened to you, you have a fallback position. And by the way, with our policies, yes, I've talked about 5 years being the minimum period of saving, but I cannot give you bad manners. But if you stay with us for at least 3 years, you can give back your savings. You can get out your savings at 3 years. But I always tell my clients that it's important that you have it at the back of your mind why you started the policy in the first place, so that you stop yourself from trying to get money before the maturity time comes. But yes, we guarantee financial security that way. Then you talked about financial knowledge, wisdom.
I said, remind about people's financial security. Financial intelligence.
Or intelligence. Now, financial intelligence is also very important because, like we've discussed, that money can only become of value if you're using it for something substantial. Now, they will pay you. I'll use an example of a client that I know that was in a job for over 7 years, and time came and they terminated her contract, and she left with nothing. Now, this is not a job that is giving pension. This is not a job that is giving NSSF. It's not sure they have received that money because they have to have a certain age group, isn't it? So, you work for a job for all that period of time and you don't have any savings. So, in this case, we are trying to say, when we come to in such a community and then we're telling you about Prudential and everything, we're trying to make you aware that money can only become of value if you actually invest in it. So we don't want you to go through life, saying maybe my money is so little, maybe I don't earn so much, because we have also those situations of course saying the money that I earn, I cannot save on it. That is a false thinking. Because all the rich people, by the way, who are making it in life, they also have a discipline of saving. That you need to have a certain principle around saving. Because if you don't utilize your money well, then it will keep getting out of you just like that. So if you have a place where to put it in like a policy, in a fixed deposit, then that is good. Yes.
My last question would be,
Yes, please.
what you've explained some good information. What is my analysis? It feels like it is financial security, not financial intelligence. Because when we talk about financial intelligence, we are teaching someone how to grow their own money by themselves. Because when you keep it for them, it is good. You give them interest, that is nice. The money is grown, but they are not intelligent financially. So soon enough, when they get it, they will misuse it again. So they go back in the same cycle. So how do you deal with that?
Wow, thank you so much for that. Actually, as we were talking, I remembered there's a story of one old man that was selling with NSSF. Then the time came for his benefits to be paid. And he got out his 60-something million, and in about 2 weeks, the money was done. But you see, you're laughing, but he actually committed suicide. He got depressed. Like, it's a real situation, so it's a real thing. But you see now, financial intelligence has to come from a certain place of discipline, I would say. A certain place of discipline. And as a company, I think we would have really wanted to go in that direction of even teaching our people how to. By the way, we have trainings we do in schools. I don't think we've come to salvation yet, but we actually give financial literacy to students. We do, as Prudential. But it's actually a very high concern that, yes, we are going to help you save this money, but then what will happen when we pay it? But then we also just trust our plan that, you see, at the point of maturity, you're actually able to make the right decision. But I also want to also just ask a question. Now, how many people can actually run a business?
How many people? Okay.
Running a business is not easy at all. And by the way, you find that this policy serves best those people that feel that they have an issue with doing business, because maintaining a business is not easy. Now you guys are career people, okay? Most of the day you're here at the school, right? What time will you have to go and run your business out there? You obviously have to trust the person you've left there to ensure that they're not stealing from you, isn't it? But then when you have a policy with us, now you don't have to worry about that. The money is going to make its own money, and for you can concentrate on your career path, you get. So I think this journey of financial intelligence has to come from a place of a certain level of discipline, I would say. But running a business on its own, yes, we're going to give you that money, and then you're like, I'm going to start a business, but still, if you don't have the wisdom and the knowledge about that business, the money will get lost. But at least it's better for you to have money than not having money at all, isn't it? Yes. Have I answered your questions well?
Okay.
Well understood?
The answering was pretty nice, just that when we talk about financial intelligence, I think it is not even taught in school.
Well, we actually first do it in schools, because from a young age we want them to come up knowing that it's going to do a certain level of savings. So we even tell them buy piggy banks and all that information so that they get used to the culture of saving, because savings is what saves people. You know, it's sad that you will work so hard, then go to a bank and borrow money to buy a plot of land. Okay? You want to pay this plot of land, but I worked in a bank before, so when I'm saying these things, actually, really, I'm talking from the heart. A person will come to you, get a loan, they want to buy maybe a piece of land, maybe start a project, blah, 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 you know. And this person, as they're paying this loan, they will find themselves paying double the amount of money that they got from the bank. Or even failing to pay. Then you start looking for them. You're calling their relatives. And yet here, with your money, you can start saving slowly to remove those needs. Me, my mother went to a bank to borrow school fees. And God forbid she died. And your school fees, when I'm talking about education policies, I'm talking with a certain level of, because I went through it. Okay? So money can only become of value if you know or if you allow yourself go through that process of keeping it. That's the only way you can multiply it.
Okay. So,
Yes.
am I allowed to ask again?
It seems like I don't know the questions.
Others are not
No, it's okay. You can ask.
Well, you can
Now, okay. So, saving is important, but I think when we are dealing with money, due to price changes of stuff, if I saved and now I'm receiving 6M from you people, let me say as a profit, but by the time I saved the 4M, and at the moment you're paying me that money, the 4M is no longer as valuable as the time I gave it to you. Because I'm talking about the time or situation whereby a kilogram of sugar is 5, then 5 years from now it is 20.
God forbid. Now, thank you so much for that question. So, as we communicate our rates for interest annually, we obviously consider all those factors. Now, like the change from it was initially 2.5% as the interest we're giving. Now we change it to 3. So we consider all these current situations that are happening. And I'll also ask you a question. If I gave you 4 million right now, would you use it?
4 million?
Yes. And if I gave you 4 million after 5 years, would you still use it?
I can use it, but compared to the competence
Yes,
it
it can produce.
right now it is more valuable than
Okay. Well, one thing is that we do not know how the economic situation will be, but then, like I said, you are protected within the interest of offer. But then still, money is money. At whatever stage it looks, it softens things, isn't it? Even though it's 100,000 that I gave you right now, they should go and do something for your wife. Perfect. So money is money. So as long as you're comfortable enough to let it grow, it will still be of value to you. At whatever rate it comes. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Hello, what if I get a policy, for example, for 5 years, and I reach 3 years, I run out of resources, I lose the job, I cannot fund my policy. What happens?
Thank you so much. Now, I think you came in after I had actually talked about it. Now, with us, and I want to be honest with you, that we have policies that can actually give you access to money even in a year, even 6 months. Okay? Depending on, obviously, your affordability, how you can afford. But let us say you've taken up a policy like ABSEP, and its minimum period is 5 years, and you save for 3 years, and then something happens and you can't afford to pay anymore, we give you back your money. But if you came to us a year after, okay, you've opened up the policy, a year passes, and then it's an ABSEP, and then you're telling us you didn't money, you won't be able to access. Because the minimum period is 3 years, my people. So usually what I do for people, when they reach that point and they feel that they can't afford, I usually give them ways of, we come up with a payment plan. Even though you pay 20K, 30K, 10K, Prudential is not what you feel your money. But as long as you can reach your obligation amount. So let us say you pay 100,000 and somehow things are tight. But then you've gotten a job, but even let me even ask a question. So now, if you lost that job, can you sit home without doing anything? No, man. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But somehow, we as human beings, we always have this mentality of surviving.
I may be surviving,
Yes.
I may be doing something, but for survive,
I know.
and I can't pay for my policy.
Policy, the way you were paying before. We come up with a payment plan, anything that you can afford, and we stretch out the period for you. We even have a grace period that you can give of up to 12 months. In other words, you don't cancel your policy within 12 months, so you can always come back to us and maybe say, remove these 12 months I've not paid, and let us restructure my policy. All those discussions can happen. But we help you so that you don't lose your money in that process. Yes. Any other question? I'm sensing you're all becoming clients because you've all understood.
What policy
Yes.
do you have?
What policies we have? usually in this situation I would request to be your doctor. So when you have a sit down with one of us, you're going to tell us what you feel you want, and then we prescribe. Because you might tell me, I think I have somewhere where I earn in dollars, then I'll say, this one doesn't need a UGX, they need a dollar policy. Or you might say, I mean, on mommy as a school fees, this is a Zang. Then I'll be like, then I might recommend this policy. So it's based on the conversation you have that we determine. But obviously, yes, we have EduSave, we have Pre-Investor Plus, Pre-Investor Plan, there are very many. Whole life,
Prudential life.
there are quite many. But basing on that need, then we recommend that this product.
Cash in transit.
I beg your pardon?
Cash in transit.
Which one is that now? You're asking?
It's a policy. I'm traveling. I'm transporting money. Like,
Cash in transit insurance policy. No, unfortunately, we only do life insurance, meaning it has to be either life or medical. But if you have cash in transit or car insurance that you need, travel insurance, we can still recommend a person to help you with that. We partner with Britain. Yes, we can serve you. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, madam, for letting us know about these things. Here now comes the question or the situation. Maybe you have decided to take the policy, then maybe like after 1 year, as you have said, you have gotten some problems. Maybe you are sick or you are what, and this person or your client lets you know about the situation. Can you terminate that policy because the person is sick and is no longer able to be, not even willingly? Because some people can decide even to just to leave the policy willingly, but here comes the situation where a person is unwillingly and is in that situation. Can you terminate the policy because this person is already sick and down? You see that the money is now totally off his or her hands.
Thank you very much for the question. Sir, father.
Yes.
it's father to be son.
It's father to be a son. Now, the reason why I've asked that question is that actually when you are sick and you're down, that's the time when you need your policy to be very active. Do the ladies understand why? Who understands why he can't terminate a policy when he's weak like that?
He still has to buy money.
Thank you very much for that answer. Any other answer?
Because of death.
Because of death. Thank you very much for that answer. Anybody else? Now, insurance, and more like ever, I don't know whether you were around when I was talking about the scenario that was just happened on Etebe Road. Now, that gentleman was just minding his own business and a truck fell over him. He's a husband, because someone has shared that he's a husband to a magistrate, so they must be having children. Now, when an incident like that happens, and he's the breadwinner, the whole family goes on a stall, isn't it? But you see, when a wife loses a husband, and there is some money that is going to come into her pockets, yes, she's going to cry, but she might cry like this. You know those tears of like, you do your makeup, you go for the funeral, now you're crying, and you're like this. They usually say that those widows are covered. But those ones that you see that are crying and they're falling, they're wondering now and now, oh, the world, oh, my God, or even like school fees. You understand? I'm being dramatic, but these are things that actually happen in life. So when you are a husband to someone's daughter and you're having children, there are certain things that are very important in your life. That even though you just say 100,000 monthly, please commit it. Commit it. But to answer your question, like I've said, that there are certain policies that can give you access to money in a short period of time. Actually, that policy that gives you access to money even has a critical illness cover, meaning that we are going to come into the hospital and pay bills without even touching your money. That policy comes with that extra cover on it, okay? So you can choose to take such a policy. But if you have like an EduSave that has a certain time period, then you have to wait for 3 years. But like I've said, if you have anyone that depends on you for survival, a policy is like a must. It's not even something for you to think about, because it is something that is very important for a family. So have I answered your question?
Definitely.
You did take the schools I take my kids.
No, ma'am. We are not like those insurance companies that say, give us a bank slip. No, we do not. At maturity, we just pay you. You tell us how you want to receive your money, either in
Medical, you do.
Now, what if
medical. No, most hospitals, we have most of the hospitals on our lists. Most, even pharmacies and clinics.
so you have to list? Now, what
No, we
if
don't.
what if I want to take my son to school? That is expensive.
Yes.
If I may say, then what happens? How do you handle that?
And now that is why it's important that in these initial stages when we are planning, we think about such things. Because then if your policy is going to cover like say 50 million, the 50 million is done. It is done, my dear. Because it's what you planned for. But from these initial stages, let's say when we are making that plan, we estimate that the child maybe might need 1.2 per term. That is 3.6 in a year. So from the beginning, you will clearly know that at least I have money to cover me for this period of time. So it's important that you have that at the back of your mind. Because actually, thank you very much for that question. Because I'll have people who will say, yeah, I'll take the bare minimum. But then when I give you that 6 million, your child is going to a school that pays 2 million, then you've saved for 5 years, you're only going to be able to pay for a year. You get? So it's very important that you don't just think about, oh, minimum, like, you know, easy money. Eh? But in the end, when the period ends, will this money be able to do for you something good? Okay? But we can always have those discussions, don't worry about that. Any other question? Do you have anyone that is ready today? I can go with your paperwork right now. But thank you so much for your time. Thank you for allowing us to share in your afternoon. Thank you very much. So for those who have noted down your contacts, this gentleman lands of this region, but I'm also available. Don't worry, in case they mistreat you, I'm just a phone call away. Let me see whether I have some cards here. In case they mistreat you, they're saying things you're not understanding. I'm their manager, I will manage them properly.